Okay, we're back and ready for the Supra again. This time I've got the oil drain flange in that I had to order. I've already installed it. I'll show you real quick. And I'm also putting together the oil drain hose, which I converted the 5/8 hose with a barb fitting. These are great to use. They won't leak. You don't need a clamp on them. So I'll go ahead and go over and get this installed. I've also built a battery tray for the car, which it was a issue that a lot of people may come across when they're planning out a build and they start ordering parts, and it may seem like all the parts will go together. Well, it doesn't always work that way. This particular car came in with a excess power battery. It was a big battery like Supras have large batteries. This one was a little bit larger than normal. He bought the battery. The car came with the battery in it already, but he brought the billet tie down for it since the OE tie down didn't work. We installed and put the battery back in, but he also brought a new radiator, which the car originally had a coil in it. Well, he bought a new coil with the new set of fans that have big shrouds on them, and once those went in together, the battery hit the shrouds. So we had to backtrack and get the battery and the billet battery mount back out the car. And we decided to go with the Braille G30 battery, which is a compact lithium battery. And I built a battery tray for it that I'll show you to really simplify the mount and install of the battery. So I'll go ahead and get this oil drain hose on, and I'll show you both the new parts. And you can see down low the new billet flange already attached to the motor. These don't use a gasket, so I used Honda Bond yesterday and went ahead and installed the flange so it would seat. And I know it's good to go, so I'll go ahead and install the hose on that and get it ready to go. And it should go right up to the turbo and be good. You'll also see one of the biggest changes in the bay, in my opinion. We got all the blue vacuum hoses off. Replaced every whoever had the car before went in and replaced nearly every vacuum hose they could find with blue silicone hose. Ryan went in, picked it all back apart, and we used a vibrant hose kit and replaced all the hoses with new black hoses. So your eyes aren't drawn to all the blue hose trying to figure out where they go. And it looks 100 times better just from doing that. But I'll go ahead and get this oil drain hose on and we'll go from there. Okay, and you can see that is on and out the way. It has a new Powerhouse Racing transmission cooler on the car, and they ran the lines right in front of the oil drain hose, so I routed them above the drain. But it's a direct shot and it should have great oil drainage for the turbo. On the battery side of things, you can see how it would be a tight fit. I went ahead and already fit up the 3-inch cold side pipe because I knew the battery would typically sit out to about here. And with these new shrouds on the new coil radiator, it wasn't going to work. So I went in and fit that piece up so I could know where to mount the battery. So I'll show you the new battery tray for it. And you can see we also did the new Powerhouse Racing tie downs for the radiator. The ATI dampener and the pulley set are all new installed here, along with all the coolant hoses, the HPS coolant hoses for the front and the back. But yeah, onto the battery tray. And all I basically had to do was make a template using the OE holes. And you can see these two holes right here were where we did the billet tie down and rib nutted the frame. But again, I had to go back and pull that back out. So I made a template for a base plate for the new battery to sit in, and just built a box for it to make it stationary and fit right where I need it to go. So I'll set that in place now. You can see I've got the tray all mounted. It's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and drop the battery in. And you also see the bigger power wire. We did a alternator upgrade on the car as well, which it uses the Powerhouse Racing wiring kit, and it's all ran and tucked. We just have to pin back to the ECU inside the car. But yeah, I'll go ahead and grab this battery. It's a tiny battery, but it's a great output battery, so I'll grab it, drop it in, and we'll go from there. Okay, now we've got the bulk of the parts installed that were brought to install on the car. The Powerhouse pulley set, the ATI dampener, we got the new battery in place, all the vacuum hoses redone. We got all the cheesy stainless, knockoff hose off the car to bring the bait down, and make it more presentable. So now we get to the part that I was, more so commissioned to do, which is the charge pipe and intercooler building. We're doing a 3-inch charge pipe set on the car with a 4.5-inch thick intercooler that I'll build all of that. I'm also going to use one of our new 50mm blow-off valves. And I got to go in and also HD clamp the compressor housing. So all of that will get done to bring the turbo kit to a hole on the car. And we're also going to go in and now do suspension with a new set of HKS coilovers and also a brake caliper replacement on all 4 corners, which I'll also show you that. So yeah, that's it for right now. I appreciate y'all checking it out, and I'll be back. The owner is actually coming down today to drop off the suspension parts. So I'll get with him and see if there's anything else that will be added to this long list on the car, and we'll go from there. But again, thanks.